Hello, everybody. Welcome to this very special video on Rush fans, where we are unboxing the Atlantic. Well, of course, there we go. The Atlantic records. These are it's actually called Rush the Albums 1989 to 1996. It consists of Presto, Roll the Bones, Counterparts, and Test for Echo. 4 records that are highly sought after by Rush fans. 3 of which are really freaking expensive if you buy them like on eBay. Those would be Roll the Bones, Counterparts, and Test for Echo, especially Counterparts. Um, but yeah, so everyone's been clamoring for these records, but cheap. Like they want them cheaper, they want them re-released, whatever, right? So you can get them now. I think this box set was 160-ish dollars, so about $40 a record. So they're no longer $300 a record. You can get this instead, and it comes with. It looks like. Oh, we're about to find out because we're going to unbox it, but it looks like record flats that come with it as well, like basically just pictures of the brand new artwork for the respective albums. So before we get into this, let's just briefly introduce our panel. I haven't been on in a while, so you 3 are suspicious-looking strangers to me at this point. So myself, Ryan, Ralph in the top left for me, Paul in the bottom left, and Derek in the bottom right. We are all avid record collectors, and we are going to, I guess, start by opening this pretty neat branded cardboard aspect of this. So, yeah, I mean, they did a nice job. It wasn't shipped in this, it was shipped in a larger box. But, yep, that's what it says on the bottom there for long playing records. So let's get to it, shall we?
If anyone bought the Dream Theater box, it's similar to that on Rhino.
Got further.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I kind of had to peek a little bit just to make sure there wasn't any shelf wear on the spine.
All right, so as soon as you open it up, you got the word Rush right there. Of course, my virtual background doesn't like that. Maybe we'll take this off here. Hold on. All right.
It opens like a Canadian in South Park.
There we go. So what do we got inside? Let's see. It opens right up to the actual box set, which is sealed. Is anybody going to keep the cardboard, or are we going to toss the cardboard? What are you guys doing?
I'll probably keep it for a month and then forget I have it and throw it away.
Yeah,
Probably right. Okay.
Nice box.
So let's see. You got designs from each of the albums on there. You got the Roll the Bones dice with the skull, with the kid sitting on top of the die. You got the Counterparts nut and bolt in the middle. You've got the Presto magic wand rabbit in the top hat and a card coming out of that. And then off in the distance, you got the Test for Echo, and Nook Shook. Yep, with little small people there in the background too. So, I presume Hugh Syme did this, right? Yeah, Hugh Syme, who has created all of. Yep. A slipcase featuring new artwork by longtime Rush art director Hugh Syme, who has created all of Rush's album cover art since 1975. Well, that's what this backstage store says. It's actually from Caress of Steel. It's not really, since, well, I guess you could argue that. But anyways, you get the point. So Let's open, shall we? Now, I don't know. Are you guys gonna take the plastic completely off, or are you going to
I'm
Just-
keeping mine on.
cut this area here? Yeah, like,
Yeah.
That's what annoyed me about the signals box is I have to keep the plastic on the top, but the bottom has no plastic. But the other box that I have a slide out like this, so I makes it easier that way.
I'm considering just taking the whole thing right off. Because I'm gonna destroy it anyways, trying to get it open. I feel like,
That's about the point I'm at.
yeah.
I think it's fitting how the cover is a wasteland, seeing as how we haven't gotten any kind of release of any kind of this era in forever.
This is true.
I think I'll manage to keep it on.
Well, I took mine off. I'm not in any dire need to preserve the box set because I have no desire to sell it or
No, that's
whatever,
true.
right? So it's mine. Mine now. All right. So what do
You
we
guys
got?
gonna smell it?
Smells like victory.
So sweet.
And what it doesn't smell like is $2.99 to $3.99 per album. Thank goodness.
Oh yeah, these are kind of tight in there.
All right. So Presto. Same cover art, of course, but inside is the record flat for it. These are going to have to get framed. These are nice. Very nice.
Ooh.
Very
That's
cool.
Yeah.
This might be my favorite part of the whole thing. The new graphics. I've already got the records, right? So
$160 for 4 flats.
I do not.
$160 for 4 pieces of paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll the bones. Of course, same deal. Still looks exactly the same.
Actually, I'm looking at it. I have my original. I don't know.
I do
This
not.
This is the original. And if you can see
Nice.
the skull,
Is the
doesn't have
skull
the
different?
lower
I just
jaw.
looked at that and yeah. That looks way different.
No one has a lower jaw.
Yep. The skull is very different. Interesting.
Nice.
I'm gonna need to get some sleeves for these. Some nice polyline sleeves.
Look what kind of shirt the kid's wearing.
Is that feedback?
It's a feedback shirt.
Oh,
Ah, did not
nice
notice
touch.
that.
He's got gigantic feet. At least his right foot is gigantic. Is that a nod to Power Windows? How the one hand is larger than the other hand?
It is noticeable.
Doesn't his right foot look huge and his left foot look smaller?
It does.
I wonder if that was intentional. Go watch the Power Windows deep dive if you want to know what I'm talking about. Not you guys, the viewer. All right.
Now we're getting
Counterparts.
into gold.
This is
Yeah,
darker.
this is what I've been looking forward to the most.
Me too.
Isn't this darker?
Yeah, that's definitely darker.
It's a
Yes,
darker
definitely.
blue.
Yes.
Paul's
I mean, I
looks
don't have
brighter.
good lighting here anyway, but that's definitely darker.
Yeah, this is definitely darker. This is a darker blue for sure. 100%.
And the Pac-Man.
This is not gatefold either. The original one was gatefold, wasn't it?
I don't know if I have the original, but I have a
I've
version.
never seen the original. I
Not
wouldn't.
gatefold, no.
I'm pretty sure it was gatefold. I could be wrong, but I can drag it out in a second.
It's very common in rap albums on vinyl. The whole big box sleeve.
Let me take a quick peek. because I thought it was gatefold.
Could this be the Alien Shore?
A little bit of rust on that nut and bolt.
Yeah.
It's
No,
worth
it isn't
noting.
gate. It's not gatefold. Okay.
It's worth noting that these are actually in polyline sleeves.
And even the screw, the nut and bolt graphics are slightly different between the original.
Yeah,
Ah,
this
nice
looks
catch.
more like the tour book cover, I
Yeah.
believe. If you know what the tour book cover looks like,
Which I
new
have handy.
the new one looks, yeah, it's more defined. The original
Yeah.
is a little bit more. Well, I mean, I guess that comes with the times too, right? Like probably back then a lot more difficult to do something as defined, maybe. I don't know, but
Tour book cover, since you asked.
well, maybe it isn't. I don't know then. But it is outlined. The black,
Oh yeah, true.
it's outlined, whereas in the original it's not. Okay. Test for Echo, everyone's favorite Rush album. I love it. Eric hates it.
Eric, this is for you. And actually, Ryder, this is for you. And me. Clearly, you can tell from the shirt.
So, uh,
Nice.
yeah, I really like the artwork. The new artwork's very cool. So overall, I guess, what are your guys' thoughts on the box set? Was it worth the $160 you paid for it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
The neighbors are listening to Counterparts tonight. And I think after Animate, because it would be a crime not to start with Animate, I think I'm going to jump straight to Alien Shore and Double Agent, because I've been wanting to hear that on vinyl for a really long time.
So here's my thoughts. We sit here and we praise everything Rush, right? Because we are a Rush channel.
Yep.
With the disappointment in the Signals box set not having live audio, would you think that they could have included something else with this? I don't know what, but something other than just record flats? Do you think this really lived up to? I mean, it's awesome to have the records, right? That's not
For the
the point.
price,
That's not the
yes.
point. But I guess what I'm asking is, do you think they could have included a little bit more to maybe make up for the lack of?
If I could ask for anything, I'd
Material.
ask for the only released on, I think it was the R40 box set or the special edition of which tour was on that? I own it, but I haven't watched it in a while. Is it Counterparts footage that's on there? I'd like some live footage from one
I
of
think
these
it was
tours.
Counterparts or Presto.
I think
Yeah,
it was Counterparts. No, I think it was Test for Echo. Wasn't there?
Test
Wasn't
Molson.
virtuality on that? And Molson, that was
Test
Test
for
for Echo.
Echo from
That was
Molson.
Test for Echo.
Right. That
Yeah.
would
It had
be
Molson Theater.
virtuality was on that, and it's the only time that was played live, and there was something else. Can't remember off the top of my head, but there was another Test for Echo song, I believe, that was never played live other than on the Molson tour. But anyways,
Well, these are some of my favorite albums, so I would love live anything from these albums. Presto was my gateway album for, well, show of hands, technically. Presto was the first Rush album I ever bought new, so I'd love live anything from that era.
I would have been happy if they differentiated this from the actual albums, right? So even if it was maybe like colors, like each one of these was a different color or something. For some reason, Rush refuses to like do that. They have hemispheres in red. They did moving pictures in red and white. And to my knowledge, that's it. I think there was like a body electric single that was in red or something along those lines, but
There was a blue version of 2112 too, I bet.
there was a blue version of 21. You're correct. Yes. So
Hologram.
I I'd like to see more of that from Rush because I'm, as most of you are, but I'm an avid record collector, and I mean, you see in the background line, I just had to get a whole nother 4 cube storage because I already have an 8 cube storage over here. So I need to fill those 2 bottom shelves. So give me more colored Rush records. Um, but no, I mean, really, I think that could have been cool for this because it could have differentiated it. I know that uh, Ozzy Osbourne put out a box set years and years and years ago, every single record in the entire catalog, but it was a swirled colored vinyl, right? And it was like $600, and now it goes for like 4 grand. But I'd love to see something like that for Rush, put out every single record in a box set, or just give us some re-releases in colors. I mean, you know, I just want, um, you know, more Rush items to collect that are different from the original. Yes, so that's just how I feel. Overall,
I
though,
just wish there was a liner note or some kind of booklet, so you have something to read while you listen to the album if you don't want to necessarily look at the lyrics.
or pictures from the uh from the respective albums. Yeah, if they've got some pictures in the vault I mean, of course they don't have songs in the vault, but if they've got pictures in the vault, that they haven't released yet, it'd be pretty cool. But
I'm calling it now. I'm willing to bet Grace Under Pressure is going to have a Zoe Trope vinyl version. That's been big. Iron Maiden just did one, so I'm willing to bet at some point we're going to get a Zoe Trope Rush album.
yeah, I could see it. They're gonna have to do something big, I think, for the Grace Under Pressure. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get live material from that because we already have live material from it.
Right.
Put it on
I'd love
vinyl,
the
you know.
they did the Radio City Music Hall before the album came out, a couple nights there. I'd love to hear
New York
that.
City, yeah, that's
Tour,
true.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. Well, somebody said you wanted to rank these? What exactly do you want to rank? I think it was Derek. You said what exactly do you want to rank? Like just which records we like best of the 4? Like just rank them in personal preference at the
Yeah,
end
just
here
rank
to
the
wrap up?
4 like quick fire style, which like go from least preferable to favorite.
Least preferable to favorite.
Yeah, or whatever your favorite one is.
Well,
Just
then you
go.
go first.
All right. I thought about this on my lunch break today. I'm gonna go rapid fire. Presto. Sorry, Paul.
Is your least favorite?
Yes, least favorite. Close. Roll the Bones. And if we get that Contrarians episode on Roll the Bones Dark Horse album, I'll go deeper into that. And then Test Record is a close second. Great record. But I think really the standout, this one. All across the board.
Paul, Ralph, you guys want to go?
Sure.
I'll go.
I'd go Test for Echo, Roll the Bones, Presto, Counterparts.
No, I'll be slightly different because mine is excite. Since I love this entire era and it's my favorite era, I'll go with what I'm most excited to listen to on vinyl finally, and that would be number 4 is Presto because I already own 2 copies of it. Then Test for Echo, then Roll the Bones, and topping it off Counterparts. As far as what I'm most excited to listen to on vinyl.
I think Derek wants to know your favorites, preferable, not what.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on. I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it. I'll go next, okay?
Go.
So for me, Roll the Bones is probably least preferable for me. Then probably Presto, then Test for Echo, and then Counterparts would be my favorite. But where I got tripped up was Presto and Test for Echo because Presto's kind of grown on me a lot more, perhaps even more than Test for Echo. I don't know. I haven't listened to either one of them too much lately, but I was always a big advocate for tests for Echo. I still am, but Presto's grown on me. But there are a few songs on Presto that I'm kind of like, no thanks. Um, Superconductor being one. I'm not really a huge fan of that one. Um, but and Test for Echo, I don't think there's any bad tracks. You can come at me in the comments. I get it. I know everyone thinks Dog Years sucks, but whatever.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, for me, Roll the Bones is probably near the bottom. But it's tough. I mean, there are even even Rush's what we deem, least best albums are still great albums. So what do
All
you
right.
what do you got, Paul? What are your least preferable to most preferable? Can I take a guess?
Yeah, I think you'll be wrong. Go ahead.
I think Test for Echo is your least preferable.
Okay, maybe you'll be right.
I think Roll the Bones is next, and then Counterparts, and then Presto.
You nailed it.
I know you too well.
That's true. Clearly you've been watching the roundtables.
Clearly, I pay attention. All right. Well, if you got this box set, let us know in the comments what you think of it. Let us know your order of preference of the Atlantic albums. Let us know what you want to see for Grace Under Pressure 40th. Probably sometime next year at this point, because everything is a year later, right? This is 2024. Grace Under Pressure came out in 84. Of course, this will come out in 2025. That's just how it is, how it's going to be. So we'll catch you on the next unboxing, which probably won't come till 2025 when Grace Under Pressure 40th presumably comes out. So unless they randomly put out another box set of Vapor Trail, Snakes and Arrows, and Counterparts and Feedback, who knows? We'll see. But that'd be pretty cool if they did. But yeah, we'll see you on the next episode of we'll probably see us on Rush Roundtable. But yeah, check out all of our sponsors. Check out various other sources of Rush content that we share, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.